Let me ask you something serious. What if I told you that just 1 hour a day, 60 minutes, could completely alter the trajectory of your entire life? Would you believe me? Most people won't. They've been trained to doubt, to hesitate, to underestimate small beginnings. They think transformation demands some miracle breakthrough, some lottery ticket blessing, or 20-hour workdays fueled by luck and coffee. But I'm here to rip that lie apart. True transformation doesn't start with miracles. It starts with something far simpler, far more powerful. 1 hour of pure decision. Comment 1 hour to greatness below if you're ready to claim your destiny. 1 hour of focus. 1 hour of discipline. 1 hour where you stop consuming the noise of the world and start constructing the future you were born to create. That's all it takes. Not because the hour itself is magic, but because that hour, done with relentless consistency, stacks up into days, weeks, years of unstoppable progress. That hour becomes the hammer that breaks old chains, the chisel that carves new realities, the key that unlocks the doors no one else could open for you. Most people live stuck in a cycle of busyness. They rush, they react, they distract, they scroll their lives away, searching for meaning in someone else's highlight reel, numbing themselves with the lives of strangers, but they don't think. And because they don't think, they don't change. They live on autopilot, drifting further and further from the greatness buried inside them. And they wonder why nothing feels different year after year. But you, if you're still here, you're not like most people. You're searching. You're hungry. You feel it deep inside. The whisper that says you are meant for more. That restless energy inside of you is not confusion. It's a call to rise. It's the part of you that refuses to settle, that refuses to rot in mediocrity. And today that voice is about to get louder, stronger, unignorable. Because today we're talking about the power of 1 hour. One sacred, protected, disciplined hour. The hour that can reshape not just your habits, not just your income, not just your career, but your soul, your relationships, your identity, your legacy, because success is not an accident. It never has been. It's a daily war, a decision you make when the world offers you comfort and you spit in its face and choose growth instead. You don't need January 1st. You don't need permission from anyone. You don't need perfect circumstances or perfect timing. You need 1 hour, a decision to stop living like a leaf tossed in the wind and start building like a man or woman on a mission. 1 hour a day, one decision at a time, one life, utterly transformed. It begins now. How you start your day is not a minor detail. It is the foundation stone of your destiny. Every day, without fail, you are building something, either your dreams or your regrets. That first hour of your morning holds the blueprint to your future. It's not just a routine. It's not just a habit. It's a sacred ritual of becoming. And if you don't seize it with both hands, if you don't defend it with everything you've got, the world will rip it from you and it will not apologize. Most people give away the first hour of their lives like it's trash. They open their eyes and the first thing they grab is their phone, not their journal, not their mind, not their vision. The moment their day begins, they are already consumed by noise. Emails, gossip, notifications, drama. Before they've even put their feet on the floor, they are already lost in someone else's agenda. They think they're catching up, but what they're really doing is falling behind. If you don't program your mind in the first hour, the world will program it for you. And let me be brutally honest with you. The world is not designing you for greatness. The world wants you tired, scared, distracted, obedient. The world feeds you fear, distraction, and confusion, not purpose, not clarity, not strength. If you don't actively seize control of your mind when you wake up, you have already surrendered the battle for the day. Understand this. The first hour is your launch pad. It's your fortress. It's your power source. The first thoughts you allow, the first emotions you permit, the first actions you take. They shape the energy of your entire day. Win that first hour, and you don't just have momentum, you have dominance. You don't just survive the day, you command it. Take it back. Wake up earlier, not because it's trendy, not because it sounds good on Instagram, but because it rewires your identity. Wake up earlier because the world belongs to those who prepare while others sleep. Wake up earlier, because discipline in the morning is what fuels destiny in the future. In that first hour, read what others refuse to read. Think thoughts others are too distracted to think. Plan moves others are too lazy to plan. Because here's the hard truth. If you want a different life, you need different mornings. If you want extraordinary results, you need extraordinary beginnings. And it all starts before the world wakes up, before the chaos creeps in, before the noise can drown out your mission. Take back the first hour, and you will take back your life. Winning the first hour is not the end of the battle. It's only the beginning. Because once you seize that precious hour, the world will come for it. Distractions will come for it. Doubts will come for it. People, obligations, devices, temptations, they will attack that hour like vultures on a carcass. Not because they are evil, but because they do not understand what that hour means to you. They don't realize that hour is sacred. You do, and you must defend it like treasure. No one will guard your hour for you. No one will fight for your time like you must. Your employer won't. Your friends won't. The world won't. It will rob you in small ways. A message here, a quick favor there, a scroll, a click, a harmless distraction until you look up and realize the hour is gone. Stolen, squandered, lost forever, and you will have no to blame but yourself. Because time doesn't scream when it's taken. It slips away silently, and it never comes back. You need to treat that first hour like it's oxygen, like it's gold, like it's life itself. Build a wall around it. Guard it like a fortress under siege. Put your phone in another room. Tell your family, this hour is not for interruption. Turn off the notifications. Turn off the noise. Turn on the discipline. Because discipline is what protects dreams while others are busy bleeding them dry. Every minute you give to distraction is a minute you steal from your future. Every interruption you tolerate is a direct assault on your destiny. People won't always understand at first, but over time, when they see the person you're becoming, they will respect the boundaries you build, because when you value your time, you teach the world to value you. This is not selfishness. This is survival. This is about protecting the seed of greatness that will not survive under constant attack. You don't apologize for watering your roots. You don't apologize for tending your garden. You don't apologize for protecting your future. And you certainly don't apologize for making time for your mission while others waste theirs. Because here's the final truth. The person who guards their hour wins their day. The person who wins their days wins their years. And the person who wins their years wins their life. So protect that hour like your life depends on it, because it absolutely does. Seizing the hour is powerful. Guarding it is essential. But here's a brutal truth most people never face. Action without direction is suicide. You can hustle, you can grind, you can bleed effort into every waking moment. But if you don't know where you're going, you are burning your energy in circles. You're a ship with full sails and no compass, and you will end up exhausted, lost, and empty. Busyness is not progress. Activity is not achievement. Never confuse the two. Before you lift a finger, before you dive into your growth hour, you must do something most people are too scared or too lazy to do. Aim. You must define the target. You must clarify the mission. Without a target, you will shoot blindly. Without a mission, you will drift endlessly. A few minutes of painful clarity will save you decades of wasted work. Remember this, a man with direction doesn't just move. He conquers. Every morning, in that first sacred hour, you must ask yourself powerful, uncomfortable questions. What is my mission today? Who am I becoming? What action, if I took it today, would pull me one step closer to my destiny? Not fluffy wishes, not vague hopes. Sharp, clear, brutal clarity. The kind that burns away excuses and leaves only purpose. Don't trust your mind to remember. Write it down. Make it real. Make it visible. Turn it into a contract you sign with yourself. Because when you see your mission on paper, it stops being a dream and starts becoming a demand. A mission statement for your morning, a battle plan for your hour. This is how generals win wars, with clarity before action. And this is how you will win your day. And here's the catch. The clearer your direction, the less competition you have. While the masses are busy reacting, distracted, wasting time, chasing everything, you are locked in, moving with intention, unstoppable. You become a heat-seeking missile aimed directly at your future. You move different. You think different. You live different. So don't just move. Move with precision. Move with a plan. Move with a fire lit by purpose. 1 hour a day of focused, intentional action will dismantle years of drift. And 1 year of discipline-directed mornings will place you where most people only dream about standing. You can have the hour. You can protect the hour. You can even aim the hour, but if you don't feed your mind daily, you will run out of ammunition for the battle ahead. Listen to me closely. A starved mind cannot build a strong life. Your future demands a sharper mind than the one you woke up with today. And sharpening your mind is not a luxury. It's not optional. It is mandatory for survival in a world that punishes ignorance. Every day, that sacred hour must include learning. Real learning, not passive scrolling, not shallow consumption, intentional feeding, intentional upgrading, intentional leveling up, because when you stop learning, you start dying. Growth is not static. You are either climbing or you are sliding. There is no neutral. And the man or woman who studies daily wins daily. Books are not entertainment. They are weapons. Lessons are not chores. They are tools. Biographies, personal development, strategy, mindset, finance, health. These are not hobbies. They are shields and swords against a world that hopes you stay confused, weak, and lost. 1 page at a time, 1 idea at a time, 1 breakthrough at a time. You stack wisdom like bricks, quietly, privately, relentlessly. You don't need 10 hours. You don't need fancy degrees. You need 1 hour of ruthless self-education every single day. Imagine the compound effect. 365 hours a year, 9 work weeks of pure mental sharpening. While others drown in mediocrity, you are rising in mastery. And mastery, my friend, pays dividends no recession can touch, no enemy can steal, no failure can erase. And let's be clear, learning is not just for personal gain. It is your duty, because when you grow, you create ripple effects. You elevate the standard for your family. You raise the temperature in your circle. You inspire others not by your speeches, but by your transformation. And that is how legacies are built, not by noise, but by silent, relentless personal growth. So tomorrow morning, stack your desk, choose your material, open the book, press play on the mentor's voice. Open your mind like a warrior sharpening his blade before battle, because the day will attack you, and the man who sharpened his mind at dawn will cut through obstacles by noon. Learn relentlessly, or be left behind. Learning without action is a trap, a beautiful, seductive, dangerous trap. You can read every book. You can listen to every podcast. You can consume endless wisdom, but if you don't move, if you don't practice, if you don't bleed the knowledge into real action, you are no different than the person who knows nothing at all. Knowledge is potential power. It only becomes actual power when you move your feet. You don't become a great speaker by studying speeches. You don't build a strong body by watching workout videos. You don't master business by reading business plans. You must do the thing. You must step into the arena, unpolished, imperfect, scared, and unready, and you must move anyway. Action is the furnace where raw information is forged into unstoppable skill. Most people wait. They wait for perfect conditions. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until the fear is gone. But listen to me carefully. You will die waiting. Confidence does not come first. Mastery does not come first. Comfort does not come first. Action comes first. Every time you practice, you shrink fear. Every time you move, you sharpen skill. Every hour you step into practice, you step closer to becoming a force no obstacle can contain. You don't have to get it right. You have to get it going. You must be willing to suck, willing to stumble, willing to embarrass yourself, because every master was once a beginner who refused to quit. Every giant you admire today was once a trembling amateur who dared to start. Repetition is the mother of all skill, not perfection, not natural talent. Repetition. In your sacred hour, don't just learn, apply. Write if you want to write. Speak if you want to speak. Sell if you want to sell. Build if you want to build. Create if you want to create. No excuses. No hesitation. No waiting for permission. The battlefield belongs to the doers, not the watchers. Action turns fear into fire. Action turns doubt into dominance. Action turns invisible dreams into visible results. So the command is simple. Practice daily. Practice fiercely. Practice when it's ugly. Practice when it's inconvenient. Practice when no one applauds. Because 1 hour of bold, focused, imperfect practice every day will carve you into something the world will not be able to ignore. Practice until you dominate. And domination will not be denied to you. Success isn't just about movement. It's about calculated evolution. Most people are running, rushing, pushing harder every day. But they are running blind with no idea whether they're headed for a finish line or a cliff. Activity without awareness is a slow suicide. You must stop. You must reflect. You must confront your actions without lies, without excuses, without ego. At the end of your sacred hour, before you close the book, before you check your phone, before you step back into the chaos of the world, you must ask the hard questions. What did I do right? What needs fixing? Where did I lie to myself today? Where can I be sharper, faster, stronger tomorrow? You can't fix what you refuse to face. Growth demands brutal honesty. Reflection without refinement is wasted thought. It's not enough to see your mistakes. You must correct them ruthlessly. Tweak your strategy, tighten your focus, cut what's weak, double down on what's working. Evolution doesn't happen in huge leaps. It happens in micro-adjustments, invisible to the lazy, but crystal clear to the committed. Tiny course corrections turn ordinary efforts into legendary outcomes. Understand this, even airplanes, the most advanced machines in the world, are off course 90% of the time. But because they constantly adjust, constantly refine, they still land exactly where they were designed to land. It's not about never getting it wrong. It's about always correcting, always upgrading, always steering. Every single day, every single hour, you must become the pilot of your own life. Not a passenger, not a tourist, a warrior in the cockpit. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the sky. Reflect, refine, repeat. That is how you take the small, quiet actions of today and transform them into thunderous victories tomorrow. So don't just hustle harder, hustle smarter, hustle wiser, hustle with reflection as your shield and refinement as your sword. Reflect, refine, repeat, and you will not recognize the person you are about to become. It started so small, just 1 hour. 60 minutes carved out of the noise. One tiny decision that most would laugh at, that most would ignore, that most would abandon when it got uncomfortable. But you didn't abandon it. You claimed it. You fought for it. You built with it. And now the results are undeniable. 1 hour, one decision, one new you. At first, nothing seemed to change. You doubted yourself. You fought the voice that whispered, "It's not working," but you kept showing up. You kept planting seeds that nobody else could see. You kept watering dreams that nobody else believed in. You kept building muscle, mental, physical, emotional, when no one was clapping. And now the harvest has begun. Hour by hour, you rewrote the code of your mind. You replaced old habits with new rituals. You smashed procrastination and rebuilt discipline. You stopped being a slave to mood, to comfort, to weakness. You rose above it. You became the kind of person whose life demands respect, not because you said so, because you became so. You learned the hidden secret. Success is not found in bursts of energy. It's found in quiet, unseen, daily victories. You don't need explosions. You need consistency. You don't need magic. You need discipline. You don't need permission. You need action. And 1 hour a day, protected, aimed, sharpened, honored, is enough to destroy the old you and forge the new you. Today, you understand something most never will. You don't rise when it's easy. You rise when it's hard. You rise by doing it when you don't feel like it. You rise by sacrificing distractions for discipline. You rise by becoming the master of your minutes, the commander of your habits, the architect of your destiny. So I challenge you, protect the hour. Build the hour, live the hour. Because 1 hour every day, without excuse, without apology will create a life that demands standing ovations from the world. If you've made it this far, drop a 100 in the comments. It shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day.